Hi everyone, this flip is on lenses and optics, and it will answer the question, what do eyes, cameras, microscopes, and telescopes have in common? What is a lens? A lens is a transparent material with at least one curved surface that causes light rays to bend or refract as they pass through the lens. One example is a convex lens, which you see at the left. It has two surfaces that curve away from each other. As light strikes the lens, you can see the red light ray coming through. It is refracted or bent as it goes from air through the plastic or glass. And it passes refracted again as it passes out of the lens and into the air. And so it's bent down here. Another light ray would come from below, it would bend, and it would end up crossing right there at the focal point. And that is where the image, which is out here, the light rays that come in perpendicularly to the lens, when it come at a right angle here, just pass straight through. They also will meet the other light rays at the focal point. On the right, you see a concave lens, which is thinner in the middle. Light rays coming through are bent, also refracted or bent, but outward, and they will tend to scatter going through a concave lens. Again, a light ray coming in perpendicularly to the surface will pass straight through. In the human eye, the lens focuses the focal point on the retina, and the retina is the cells, the cone and rod cells, which are way back here in the very back of the eye, and they are connected to, they send nerve impulses through the optic nerve to the brain, and that is how our brain interprets what we see. Our lenses can actually change shape to enable you to focus on an object that is near or far. If you have a close-up object, your lens becomes more convex, which means it becomes kind of fatter in the middle. And as light comes through from a close object, it will be refracted and it will converge, and the focal point will be right there on the retina. For a far object, your lens becomes less convex or kind of flatter, so that again the focal point will fall on the retina back here and you'll be able to focus on it. So because our lenses can change shape, we're able to see near and far. The same principles are used to build telescopes that enable us to see objects that are very far away. This is a refracting telescope, and it has two lenses. It has an objective lens, which is down here, and it has an eyepiece lens, which is usually smaller and down here. And so the light rays come through. It gathers light from stars or planets and focuses the light rays on the eyepiece lens that we can look through. And so the light rays come through this way from the stars, and they are refracted or bent, and where it says image right here, that's actually where the focal point is. A reflecting telescope uses mirrors to reflect an image onto an eyepiece lens. So the incoming light is coming from stars this way, and it passes all the way to the back of the telescope where there is a mirror right back here, and it's curved, and it's going to reflect the light to a secondary mirror right here, which then reflects it to the eyepiece. The Hubble Space Telescope is a very large reflecting telescope that has been orbiting the Earth since 1990. It has produced images much sharper and more detailed than any telescope on Earth can, because it does not have to look through the Earth's distorting atmosphere. And you can go online and find many beautiful, beautiful photographs from the Hubble Space Telescope. So the Hubble Space Telescope has an interesting history. It was built and it was very, very expensive, And it was launched in 1990, and once it got up and started sending back pictures, the pictures were all blurry. The image was blurry. And there was a big uproar because a lot of money had been spent on this telescope and it wasn't sending back very good pictures. What happened is the company that had built it had not done the final testing because it was very, very expensive to do this final test. So they missed the fact that the mirrors were a little bit off, and so it wouldn't focus. The mirrors didn't have the correct curvature. However, scientists were able to build something that would correct that, and the space shuttle astronauts were able to repair the telescope in 1993, and now it takes really beautiful pictures. So you really ought to look those up online and see what our optics can do. Now you know all about lenses, and my question for you, please answer this, is please explain to me, why can't some human eyes focus properly? Okay, thank you. See you next time.